Hello everyone, this is Mike from BTR Budget Tech Reviews here, and today I'm going to do the first review video of the Kata i4. Okay guys, so I want to start off with physical features before I get into the review of the specs here, but and excuse me, I'm getting text messages left and right here, but this phone is called the Kata i4. Now, I've never heard of this brand in particular before actually being approached by the person that sent me the phone, obviously, right? And it's this phone sold on Amazon.com, which I will give you the link in the description below. It's a GSM unlocked phone, so if you guys don't know what that is, basically up top here you're gonna add a SIM card, and basically carriers such as T-Mobile, AT&T, Metro PCS, and other wireless companies give you SIM cards in their phones. So you can technically take this to any cell phone company that takes GSM cards, and you can put it in, and you can run it in there. So but like I said, I'm gonna put the link to the description of this phone down below, and let's start out with the physical features. Now, this phone has a 5-inch IPS display. Native resolution is 720 by 1280, so this isn't a full 1080p display. Now, most newer phones nowadays are coming with 4K displays, or UHD, something like that, to that extent. Super high quality display. So this one is only a 720p display, but it's still very nice display, which we'll get more into detail in a bit. So let's go around the phone here. At the bottom here, it has 3 capacitive buttons. There I am, that you can see me in the bottom. 3 capacitive buttons: your back, your home, and your settings button. And down here is your micro USB charging port, microphone, and all the way around the phone you have a silver trim going around the phone. The phone is black with kind of a silver trim bordering around the entire phone. Now, right here in the front, you can see that here's the front-facing camera. It actually has an 8-megapixel front-facing camera, and I'll get into a little more detail about that. But going all the way around the phone, on the right-hand side is the power button to turn the phone display on and off. And all the way around, like I said, it's silver trim all the way around. So the phone quality feels very nice in the hand. It's a decent size phone, and it'll fit pretty good in the pocket. It's not too big, so I wouldn't say so. Up top here is your speaker grill. Let me see if I can get that. Kind of hard to see in the video there with my lighting here going on, but there's the speaker grill. And let's get this. And up top is your 3.5mm headphone jack with your SIM card slot. And on the SIM card slot, excuse me, but it's going to be a micro SIM card. So if you have a standard SIM card, it's not going to fit. It's only going to be fit to have a micro SIM card. So that's just for reference for you guys that are actually going to look into this phone. Now let's turn the phone screen on, and as you can see here, I actually have a notification on the screen. I got a text message, but we'll skip that for now. Here's the phone itself. The phone has an Octa-Core processor, and let me get a little more into detail with that, but the specs are as followed. This is actually a 3G phone, but it runs off of, right now I'm running it on T-Mobile. As you can see here, up top it says 3G. Let me see if I can get that to focus. It's a 3G phone, but it actually runs off T-Mobile's, well, their 3G network is kind of like their old 4G, which it's hard to explain, but basically it could run off of HSPA Plus, that network, which actually is a decent speed. You can get decent download and upload speeds. So this phone isn't an LTE band phone, but technically it's a 4G phone. It's it's said that it's a 3G phone, but it's actually a 4G phone. So right now I have it connected to Wi-Fi, but when it's running on the network, it'll say 3G, and then it'll have a little H or H plus logo on top. So that I'll run a speed test in just a bit. But going back to the specs here, excuse me. Like I said, it's got an HD display, 720 by 1280. So the display is pretty nice and crisp. I don't have the brightness set all the way high. Let's take a look at that really quick. Right now I have the phone at 65%. I've been using it for a few days here as my daily driver, and I have to say that I am very impressed with the screen quality of this phone, actually, considering it's not full HD. Let me put the brightness all the way up so you can see that's the brightness all the way up, and it's really bright. So if that affects the way my camera looks, I apologize, but the brightness on this phone is really good, and you're not going to get any I guess shadiness in the area. Let me lower that a little bit, but you're not going to get any shadiness all around. So basically all around the phone's gonna look the same regardless whether if you tilt it or not. The screen quality doesn't really change like you do on some other phones, like phones that have TFT screens, etc. So aside from the 5-inch display, this phone has a 1.7 gigahertz octa-core processor. Most phones that you see here in the States have quad-core processors, but this I'm not too sure why, but phones that are coming out of like China and other areas like that, they have octa-core processors. So it's got multiple cores. So it doesn't really lag at all, as you can see here. There you go. This phone does have 2 gigs of RAM, by the way. So let me just tell you that right now. It's got 2 gigs of RAM with 32 gigs of internal memory. And that going back to the internal memory here, before we go back, I forgot to mention that physical feature, the back part of this phone is non-removable. So non-removable battery, unfortunately. Speaker girl's down here, by the way, but non-removable battery and no expandable memory on this phone. So that might be upsetting to some people. Some people might not care, depending on who you ask. But that's with that, and I felt to explain that this does have a 16 megapixel camera on the back. So we'll go back. We'll get camera and everything on the second review video. But going back here, let's take a look at the phone and see what it comes with. So right now, this phone out of the box runs Android 4.4.2. So let's go check that out really quick. And let's take a look. There we go. Let's get that to focus. It says Android version 4.4.2. So not the newest version of Android, of course. But some people can deal with Android 4.4.2. This isn't the newest right now. The current latest version of Android is Android 5.1. But Android 5.1, isn't the greatest. I have it on my Nexus, and to be honest, I really kind of miss or enjoy Android KitKat. And Jelly Beans, pretty much the same build with just a different name. But KitKat is still very relevant if you guys, are into rooting and modding phones. Yourself, this is going to be, a really nice phone to mess with. And like I said, this can be a daily driver for a lot of people. If you're not into, the highest quality of screen and everything like that, etc. You're gonna get a good deal with this phone. Right now, it's retailing at $249. On the website, and you never know that this might go down after I post this video. So take a look at that, guys. And real quick, before I finish off this first review video, I just want to show you guys what apps this phone comes with. By default, it comes with a browser. You got your music app, camera app, gallery app. It's got something called the Fish Market, which is their own marketplace for apps. It's got something called Kata Cloud, which actually is kind of like a iCloud storage, or somewhat something like Google Drive and OneDrive, where you can, store your photos, documents in there. It's got a hotspot app, which I'll go into a little more into detail later on. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this to move here. Hold on. It's got something called Wipeout. Your basic phone and messaging apps. These are some I downloaded, like Facebook email messaging, Gmail, Hangouts I downloaded. So this doesn't come with a lot of bloatware out of the box. It comes basically with the apps that they have on here. So of course, your basic, Google Maps, File Manager, Evernote. It comes with a SIM toolkit. It's got a downloads area. I downloaded YouTube. It's got an FM radio app, which will work when you plug something into the headphone jack up here. and your basic Google, sound recorder, clock, your backup and restore. If you decide you want to, I guess reset the phone. It's got WPS Office or Kingsoft Office. So if you don't have an Office or editor or something to that extent, you can use that. It's got MX Player. That's a video player, another video player, and your Google settings. I downloaded videos like Quadrant, Standard, etc. But I have to say I'm really impressed by this phone, considering that I've used it for a couple days. This phone does have haptic feedback. If you guys don't know what haptic feedback is, it's when you touch the screen and you use something on the keyboard, for instance. Let's say let's go to the to-do and let's add an item really quick. Haptic feedback is when you type something out and you can feel the phone vibrating. So for instance, like say, hey, what's up guys? What's up guys? Let's go with what's up fan. So the phone's very fluid, but like I said, it's got haptic feedback. That's one feature that I wanted to know. And before I finish this video, and one feature that I was actually really impressed by was the fact that this phone has NFC, which stands for near field communication. And here you can see that it has the NFC option. I've actually already used the NFC feature on this phone, but basically NFC anywhere that has wireless payments, where you can go and tap the phone on something to like hypercoms at stores, you can use that to pay for places that are enabled like that. So, or you can transfer files and pictures, etc. right onto another phone using the NFC feature. So that'll be it for the first video, guys, on this phone. I'm gonna leave you the link for this phone on the description down below. So like this video if you enjoy my reviews, guys, and thank you for watching, and of course please subscribe.